Yo, what up,
What's
dude?
going on, Billy?
What's going on?
You know what's not up is the temperature down here. I swear to fucking God, it's so fucking beautiful here. Like, I got off the plane and I put a long sleeve on.
Are you serious?
I know. I landed at like 10:30 in LA. It was like 63 degrees. It was beautiful.
Is asking your location against OPSEC, or does it not fucking matter?
Dude, I'm at the Hampton Inn on Channel Islands Boulevard in Port Hueneme.
Jesus Christmas, dude. No, I fucking hate you.
Hey, it's not a secret. They didn't have any rooms on base, so I got myself a 78-day CNA.
You're on what?
The Hampton Inn, Channel Islands Boulevard. It's beautiful. This thing behind me, that's the Pacific.
Oh my God, dude. Oh my God. So everyone, welcome to the Liberty Risk Podcast. I'm Billy.
I'm Hugh, and honestly, I just can't get over the fucking weather. I'm going to mention it like 40 times during the show just to make Billy mad.
It's so shitty.
Hashtag quarantine.
So you're by Channel Islands Beach?
Indubitably.
Really?
Yeah. I'm like 3 minutes from the front gate.
Are you fucking serious right now with this shit?
Yeah, I called Saturday. I was like, hey, do you guys have any rooms to whenever? And they're like, nope. Come get your CNA on Sunday. I'm like, damn.
So now, my God. So anyway, so you're quarantined, right?
I am quarantined. Yes, as difficult as it seems. I watched Endgame today. I watched Ford v Ferrari.
How was it?
I was doing a couple other things while I was watching it. I get the impression it's pretty good. I'm going to go back and watch it later. But you know, positives aside, I did spend $277.
What up?
Oh man, we got real quickly, Genie, sweetheart. I hope you're feeling better. She's had like 3 negative COVID tests. I gotta lean forward to see these. Oh yeah, serious? Jesus Christ. Yeah, she's had 3 COVID tests that are all negative. She's coughing so. No, she doesn't. They're all negative. But she's coughing so hard. She's like killing herself. Oh yeah. Smooth as an Android's bottom, eh, Data?
You look like a 9th grader.
I know. For the first time in a while, I had to show my ID card to buy beer. When I have the beer, and people are like, "Can I see your ID?" I'm like, "You think anybody under 21 can grow a glorious face paint like this?"
Wow.
12 days of being sick. Yeah, poor girl. Yeah. I might have mentioned this, but where'd the beard go? Yeah, I'm on active duty orders. So I had to shave, even though realistically, well,
yeah, he's on orders, Crystal.
I could have shown up and just dropped my paperwork off in civilian gear, but I was like, that might be pushing it. None of these people here know me.
I'm feeling good, man. Since I can't grow a full beard, I'm
That's true. You can't.
No, I can't. No, it's I went through I went through half puberty or something. I don't fucking.
It's good though, because honestly, if I did 2 weeks down here with that beard, when I went to shave, it'd be like ebony and ivory.
Oh my God, bro.
Yeah, it's changed a lot, man, since I've been down here. I was down here in 2013, and I just spent $277. And
we do hope you feel better. We do hope you feel better. Seriously, keep us updated, please.
She's been complaining for a few days too, and it's like, Jesus, the sickness is one thing, but you've been down on your ass for almost 2 weeks, and it's not even COVID related. That's just some horse shit. It's probably what happens when you get engaged. That's what I hear, anyways. I don't really know. Well, the VA is paying rent.
He's hitting all the time zones.
Yeah. So I spent like $277 today at the grocery store, and I got barely enough food for it to really matter. You know those tuna packets, like the Sunkist tuna packets that are like $1?
Yeah.
They're $3 here.
That's insane. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Sounds like New York, dude. New York and California, like it's just ridiculous prices.
And then gas is $3. Well, yeah, you got to get yours. Plus, he's an army. So dirty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Genie and Caleb are the epitome of a reacher and a settler. That army guy was really reaching for it. He managed to bag himself a good one. A weak, broken, wounded Air Force chick. Yeah. Although the last time I was down here, there were like 13 fires. I don't go to Whole Foods, and if there is one here, I'm actually worried to go to Whole Foods because I know they're more expensive. At least she knows. Like it's not like he's ever gonna cheat on me. How's he gonna beat this?
Oh, dude. So you say there were like 13 fires down there?
Dude, yeah. This is the last time I was here. There were like 13 fires. Like they were coming up over the hill, and they were like, "Oh, we might evacuate the schoolhouse." I was like, "Probably not, though. We're on the water." Like I'm take days off of class if that's what you want me to do. I'm just gonna go hang out at my hotel that is, you guessed it, on the water. So like I'm feeling pretty safe.
Probably not. We're on the water. What the fuck? Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, it sucks. What a terrible life I live.
Yeah. So, dude.
Hold on really quick. I'll tell you what, Billy. I have never, ever been happier that I did not go traditional military and have 2 divorces and a kid before I made E5. Because I'll tell you what, this is pretty sweet. It's pretty sweet, gotta say.
Yeah, no, dude, live it up, dude. I'm happy for you, man. A little jealous, not gonna lie. A little jealous, I know how the weather is out there, so.
And I got this dead dog here behind me.
Oh man, that's gonna be good eating.
What a tough life.
I know.
Life he lives.
Yeah, it's like the pictures I showed you of Whiskey earlier. She's just laying in the office,
hanging out. Yep.
But so, dude, I got some pretty funny memes that I found that I wanted to share. Yeah, 3 of them. Another reason I stopped planning so much is because if you would have asked me in January what I'd be doing in March, locked inside learning about the life of a gay redneck tiger breeder would not have been my answer.
Yeah,
that's my favorite one.
That's a pretty good one. I don't really know that anybody saw that coming. It's true. I am the man.
All right. So this is my dog, but not with the bag of snacks. As you know, most of you know, Whiskey's my service dog. So she's a highly trained service dog. When she sees a cat, she goes full fucking retard.
Yeah, and it's not like
doesn't care.
It's not like you're a light person either. And I've seen her almost pull you to the ground.
Yeah. I
laughed. I wanted to help. I felt bad, but
no, I expect you to laugh.
I would have done the same thing. I could do.
Now this one's funny because everyone's going to read it and go, "Son of a bitch." Your brain automatically translates "what the fuck," but not LOL.
That's pretty fucking good.
That is good. I love that stuff.
Let me shut the door to my room real quick so I don't get smoke inside and get charged. Fucking commies.
Bastards.
So,
dude, one, rocking my Syracuse hat, repping our good friend Danique, but I am a diehard Syracuse fan. I found this hat while cleaning out some old bins, so I had to throw on my Cuse.
Naturally.
Yeah, dude, this was my go-to bulk. I mean, I'm a diehard Syracuse.
Well, there are a couple of schools that like you can never go wrong repping, even if you're not like a huge fan. Well, it's like they know. It's intuitively they know they're going to get some of those Jesus nugs.
No, Genie, I'm telling you right now, like Hugh's seen it. My dog, we're out. Me and Hugh have been out with Whiskey and Guinness, walking around and everything. And every time
the dogs and the drink,
and both, yes, and which is so funny because we both consume so much alcohol that it's really hard to tell the difference when we're having conversations. But we've actually been out, and the usual. Oh my God, the dogs are so well behaved. They're such beautiful dogs. They're so well behaved. Blah blah blah. But I swear, when Whiskey sees a cat, it is like someone
fucking
full retard. She doesn't care. She doesn't care who's around. She just loses. She's like, I have to kill that thing right there. It has to die right now.
Bro, I wish you could see this.
I hate you so fucking much. I hate you
man.
so much.
Man, and when the sun goes down here in like 30 more minutes, just
my Whiskey and Whiskey. It's my Whiskey and Whiskey.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You only need a counselor if you have a problem. We have a commitment.
Yeah, it's my Whiskey and Whiskey. Whiskey carries my whiskey in her little pouches on her vest.
You joke, but when we used to work at the other service dog place,
who said I was kidding?
Our old trainer, Bird. Calm down there, Guinness.
I saw that, dude. That was close, man.
It probably would have landed here if Guinness was in.
This was you. This was you.
Came right for me. Our old trainer at the old place we used to go to the movies to train the dogs.
Yeah.
And our trainer would make a stop at Taco Bell to put some burritos in the pouches to take into the movie theater.
That's so bags of candy and shit. That's so awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's awesome. So, dude, besides those, we got a trivia game today, but I wanted, before we hit all that, I wanted to talk about something that
So you want to do the sad before the happy?
Yeah, dude. You got to break them down and then build them up.
That's what I tell to my junior troops. That's why I don't want to give anybody a compliment.
I'm literally gonna crush your hopes and dreams.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna work it back up, and you're gonna feel like fucking Superman.
Yeah. B1, I did what you asked. Good. Now go sit in that fucking fire pit for 4 hours.
That's cool. Now,
fuck out of here.
I know it's raining outside, but go sweep the fucking sidewalks.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Why do I gotta do this? Because we do it on a ship and no one knows why.
I want that dirt to look uniform, but it's a sandstorm. I know what I said. My motto is can do.
Oh, okay. Before I get into the podcast thing, I gotta. I had a junior sailor. I was at E5. I just made E5. Anyway, I'm not going to name names because the person watches, and I don't think he would appreciate this. But he was a master chief.
Mm.
And anyway, we had this. You know how you have one of those junior service members. No matter what the fuck you do. No matter what the fuck you do, they just can't seem to get it right. They just can't.
Yes, I have one of them. Yes,
they show up to fucking morning muster with a tan and a black boot on, like stupid shit, like just shit that is complete. A gray t-shirt, like just totally preventable shit.
We haven't worn that uniform in 3 years. How did you mix match your top and bottom?
Yes, but for some reason you could look at them and go, "Damn it, man! I know you're trying." And you really are that fucking dumb. Like, what is wrong with you? So my Master Chief lost his fucking mind. He's like, I can't take him. I can't take him. I'm going to kill him. I can't take this shit. Marches him back to his barracks. Has him get in the uniform of the day. Literally drives him to the front gate. And I'm up there doing inspections because I was chief of the guard. So I'm up there doing inspections, talking to the guys on post, getting ready to sign the logbook. And the Master Chief's like, Rubino, get over here. And I was like, okay. He goes, Seaman Schmuckatelli is going to stand in front of the fucking guard shack with his back to the guard shack. And every 30 fucking minutes, he's going to call up the dispatch as he's looking at the sky the whole 12 hours he's up here and report no enemy planes inbound for the entire fucking watch. That was his punishment.
No enemy planes inbound.
Every 30 minutes, CONUS.
Yeah.
Standing there. Dispatch, main gate sentry. No enemy planes inbound. Every 30 minutes for 12 hours.
That's fantastic. That's a good one too. It's a shame you can't do stuff like that anymore because
my God,
that's a good one. That's a character builder for sure.
Oh, this was like God, I was young to show my age. 17 years ago. Yeah. Yeah, it was funny. All right, so I kicked it off with a little humor before we go into.
So you have something very specific you want to talk about today.
Yes. One, fuck you again for being in that gorgeous weather.
Seriously,
two,
man, I can't. Honestly, I'm gonna have a nice Bohemian tan when I get home.
Two, our good friend Danique introduced us to this podcast. You know, being podcasters ourselves, and
you'd call it that, sure.
Yeah, well, very shortly we're going to be out here.
Yeah. Hi, Bob.
Says the Air Force girl.
I know, right? They probably have a program that reports it automatically.
Yeah. They have a pull tab on their uniform and a fucking air mattress pops out. So, Danique introduced us to this podcast. There's only 4 episodes. They're just starting off. But I wanted to give them a shout out for the content and for what they're doing, and because I just think it takes a lot. So I'm going to share the podcast real quick. And this is their actual web page. I'm also going to share their Instagram page here in a second. But so it's called On the DL Podcast, and it's the first initial of each of the women's names. They're both Navy. But the podcast brings to light sexual harassment, assault, literally the worst of the worst that happened to women in the military. And they've had so far one guest on there that I was listening to the rest of episode 3 and all of episode 4 today while I was at work, because I spent some of the day in my truck. So I had a good drive. Their episodes are, I think, about 35 to 45 minutes long.
Yeah, they're under an hour.
Yeah. But right here. So I just want to give, their names are Danielle and Lucky. They were both in the Navy. They both went through
horrible
shit. But what I love what they're doing is that they're, one, brave enough to do this, because this
because the content of their episodes is stuff that happened to them.
Yeah, and they're bringing guests on. Like their first guest is a sapper, but she's went through, and they don't hold back. There's no holding back on this whatsoever. Yeah. But what I want you guys to do is, I'm proud of them for taking the initiative to do this, to bring it to light, because I really do feel that the military is still back in such decades behind on this, on how we treat women in the military. Literally some of the best people that I've worked with and I've had work for me were females. Some of my go-to sailors were always females. Now, having 2 daughters and 3 sisters and 4 nieces, I prided myself on always being that person to go, hey, you need to shut the fuck up, or that needs to stop. But listening to their podcast, I almost feel shitty for not taking things even further. I can actually say I've never seen firsthand, or I've never been involved in the things they talk about.
Right.
Which blows my mind.
Yeah, they talk about some really difficult stuff. And
being a master at arms, being military police, I've only heard about it, but I think in the sense now that I've listened to them, it almost numbed my mind, because I went through one of the last law enforcement based master at arms schools before it went to security forces. So we were really learning about investigations and actual law enforcement.
Right.
And now it's just anti-terrorism shit. But it really made me think to the fact that I had to go back and go, holy shit, I could have stepped up maybe here or here, and now I feel horrible.
Yeah, and for me, the part of the show that's the toughest is knowing that I have to serve with people who are capable of doing things like that to other people. Yeah, and sometimes I think we could all agree that sometimes there are people that you're like, that person I could definitely see doing that. That you get those.
Yeah, Genie, please do. Please literally promote the crap out of this. This is their Instagram page. I don't think they have a Facebook. But I can also, we can DM you all the information, Genie, and definitely get them in there. But I just, like I said, we got to give them a huge shout out for what they're doing.
Yeah.
It's absolutely amazing.
Like when something happens and they get on the news and everybody's like, oh my God, I never could have saw them doing that. Sometimes you're like, no, I definitely could have seen that person being capable of this. But then stuff that they talk about in their show that happens to them, part of me is like, crap, I don't know who is or isn't capable. I'm a firm believer that everybody's capable of everything, regardless of your personal belief. You're capable of anything. You're just also capable of keeping yourself under control. But you don't know who is or is not a bad egg. And you might think the world of somebody who turns out is a terrible fucking person. And it sucks knowing that you have to serve with people like that and never know.
Yeah,
and I know horrible things. And then you just have to sit, and then, when you hear people talk about these things that happen to them, you just have to sit back and be like I can't do anything. I can't fix this problem, and it's not a simple fix either. And it's not like the military. The military talks a lot about making it easy and having reporting processes and people in place, but then you hear stories like theirs where they made the reports and they made the claims. You're right. Being in the military does not make you a good person.
No, that's right. And Genie, I think with you making that statement, I think you would appreciate it because they touch on that subject right there. And it really is sick. It really is sick to hear some of the higher ranking people that you're supposed to be able to look up to go to excel and eventually take their position, in the sense that one day you're going to hopefully be at the rank they are, and they're supposed to groom you professionally to do that. And the stuff that they went through, my heart bleeds for them.
Yeah, man, it's terrible.
It really is. My heart bleeds for them and any other women, or and it doesn't just happen to women. The majority of it is women, unfortunately. Yes. But it also happens to men. But anyone that's been through that, I've never been through a situation like that. I've never put myself in a situation like that. I just haven't. And I've never been through it. But
you guys got to go check it out and listen to it.
Yeah, you really do. It's
tough to listen to, but
yeah, you got to. But it's worth it.
Hopefully it gives you guys just like that little bit of extra effort.
Men and women.
Hopefully it gives you just that little bit extra ounce of courage because I think a lot of people, when they go to think about reporting somebody, they think they justify to themselves not saying anything. I don't work with them. I'm not going to be here much longer. Oh, maybe they didn't mean it. And you talk yourself into not becoming involved in a situation is not going to be easy and could potentially be damaging for yourself. But when you hear these stories, you're like, it kind of makes you want to be like, all right, next time I got to do better. Because the military has a terrible culture of poor leadership that thinks that doing these kinds of things is okay and that they'll get away with it because of their rank and position. And I think that I'm not saying it 100%, but I think that there is any percentage of people you could stop them from becoming a leader and getting into those positions where they can abuse their power by going and reporting some of these things,
Yeah, it's really sad. And, now that, like I said, I listened to some of these episodes and I kind of just reflected back on just being at work and just hearing
I'm going inside, buddy.
The locker room talk and all that other bullshit and the way leaders have dressed women. It was just, I kind of regret not stepping up,
I think I've only had one time where somebody in my leadership in my chain made a comment and I was like, I'm sorry, did that seem appropriate? And then I immediately got chewed out for it.
Yeah.
For speaking out of turn.
See, I actually pride myself on that. I've had, after I retired out, I had a few of the female sailors that I worked with me telling me on what a great leader I was and how I was able to help their career and everything. And that's what everyone's focus should be. And I'm not trying to brag by any means, but my point is that's what your goal should be, is to build everyone up, regardless of, whether you're male or female or, race, color, creed, religion. It doesn't matter. Like, it's something I wasn't raised that way. Like I said, I have younger sisters, so I was always in that. I was always told, you make sure, my father worked a lot. So it was like, when you're home, I'm the oldest.
Yeah.
Make sure that your sisters are okay, especially when we were in high school, stuff like that. So then having daughters too, it's even amplified at that point.
Yeah. I remember having a conversation with somebody when we were on deployment, and a couple of the guys with the smoke pit joking around, and the guy jumped in and was like, "Hey, listen, you might think it's funny, and it might be funny, but it's not appropriate." Yeah. The comments are not appropriate because you don't know how everybody's going to feel about it, but you also don't know, anyway, the long and short of it was the one guy was like, "You don't think this is a big deal in this?" And my buddy goes, "Listen, I rape the exact amount that I want to, which is 0, because I'm not a piece of shit. I'm not a terrible person who thinks that this is okay. If you're willing to sit here and joke about it, you're going to get in trouble. If you think that it's funny and you think that it's something you can openly joke about, you're going to get in trouble. Because at the end of the day, we're supposed to be a team and we're supposed to be taking care of each other. If you think that it's appropriate to joke about it, his opinion was, if you think it's appropriate to joke about it, we all probably think that you would do it and think nothing of it.
Yeah, that's a huge problem. You know, and it's hard for me to even talk about it in this light. And that's why I wanted to, long story short, that's why I wanted to put that podcast up there for everyone to go check out, to follow, to give them support, especially supporting fellow veterans. Just because we're sitting here and we're stumbling just trying to talk about this subject because it is such a touchy subject, because I can't fathom what.
Well, I think it's also difficult for two dudes to sit here and talk about what women in the military might be going through, especially like we've said it already. We've never been in the situation. We've never been involved in a situation. Nobody's ever come to me and said, "Hey, this happened to me." But at the time, I now have heard stories after the fact that I maybe could have done something, but it's hard for us to sit here and talk about it because
I haven't been there. I haven't been through that situation. But I wanted to give them praise for, like I said,
it's a hell of an accomplishment to be willing to have the courage to stand up and tell your stories, especially on a platform such as this, in which maybe you reach 3 people, maybe 3 million people.
Yeah, it really is. But good for them. So Danielle and Lucky, if you happen to see this, keep up the work. Don't give up. Don't quit. Stay consistent. Share the hell out of your stories. Get other women on there to share also, and just keep doing what you're doing. You guys are awesome.
We know we're going to keep listening.
Absolutely.
It's tough because I'm looking forward to the next episode, but I feel like a dick by saying I'm excited for the next episode. But it's when people are willing to come forward and talk and tell their stories, you're like, I look forward to people who went through and came out, because these are not people that they're man, what's the best way to put that? Is survivor the right term?
I just think been through this similar situations.
People who've been through similar situations, to be strong enough to come forward and tell their story. It's encouraging. So I hope that there's a last episode someday, because we don't have it anymore. I know that's unrealistic, but I'm excited for the adventure that they're taking on, bringing these people on to tell their stories.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And, again, Danielle and Lucky over there at On the DL podcast, go follow them on Instagram. Go check out their webpage. I posted it in the comments. Scroll back up and just give your support. So good job. Good job, ladies.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so we have your fucking trivia game, right?
We do. Let me see if I the glare off the sun is making it hard to see my screen.
Shut the fuck up, Hugh. You're such a piece of shit.
That is unrelated to what we are doing here.
I thought you're such an asshole. The 60-degree weather is really chapping my balls.
So weird. Should have bought some baby powder for this cold weather.
Meanwhile, I have a sweat rash on my left boob.
They make these towels now for the underboob.
I try to tuck my shirt, and then
that's even scarier.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Yeah,
with my move.
But yes, I have a game. Are we ready? Yeah, it's another Family Feud style list.
Oh, Jesus Christmas!
It's a good one. Let's see if I get the title to come up this time.
All right, everyone that's watching, we need you to partake traditional military tattoos that people do shop. Oh my God.
Yeah. So of course I scoured the internet and the Facebook and the Instagram and the Pinterest and whatnot, and I found tattoos that I feel that people get that they really do shop. Because I think that there's, of course, there's no denying there's a whole community of tattooed people. There's a whole society of them. It's like a subculture.
I don't know what they're talking about.
Some people get these tattoos and they get them, because I like them or they're cool, but it's like they don't mean as much as they used to. Maybe that's just me being a purist. I don't know, but here we go.
Hold on. Before you click any of that, Genie had one more comment before we.
but you break your beards.
No, that's absolutely right.
Yeah.
And we appreciate you, Genie, and everything you guys do over there.
Right, man. You do have to talk about it. If you don't talk about it, it just stays buried, swept under the rug.
And then her follow-up comment.
Yeah, I know, right? As her and her boyfriend as her and her fiance have matching Pikachu tattoos. I'm sure they're getting invites to Nana's family reunion.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what the fuck my little arrow is here. Here we go.
So,
all right, starting with number 8.
Oh.
Campaigns and years.
Oh my God, dude. Oh my God, dude. I had a guy on my on my second ship. This fucking clown. I remember, I'm gonna say his name. Fuck him. Ahern, you piece of shit. No one likes you anyway. You fucking asshole. Yeah, I hope you're watching. You old crusty EN1 motherfucker.
What do you have? What do you have?
Dude, he tattooed his from boot camp down, his
God.
service time, and then underneath, tramp stamp right above.
Oh God!
Proud to be a sailor.
I'll bet. It's one thing. See, that wouldn't be such a bad idea if it was like, like Great Lakes and then ship, shore, whatever. That probably wouldn't be terrible. But EN1, come on, man, get it together.
Yeah, this was like his whole back. Like
I'm thinking like guys that get like
their rib cage. They'll like ship.
Like I'm talking
ship,
like
ship, combat, shore, ship.
Yeah,
and then it'll just say like Kearsarge, what blah 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 blah, and then it'll just go down, and that's it, just right here, and like that.
I see
his entire.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of effort to just being like, I get so dick hard for the Navy. This is how dick hard I get.
Yeah, like
the guys that get like OIF in like big block letters, and then they get like 02, 03. Oh, really? That's it? Well, I only did my 6 and got out. Well, it's not Great War number 3, man.
Or when you tattoo your rank on your arm.
Oh yeah, see the only service that I think that really works in, maybe it works in all of them. Now that I'm thinking about it, it's still douchey, but you could start at the E1 level. 1 chevron. Well, in the Air Force anyway, 1 chevron.
Imagine the service stripes. Imagine like a Master Chief with the service stripes.
Yeah, and that's full anchor. That's full anchor. That's bad. Yeah, so when you get your campaigns in your years and they're just like the traditional, like because you go when you say, and it's usually Sailor Jerry style too, the ones that I see.
Yeah.
I want Sailor Jerry style campaign in years, and then you find out they did 6. They get, they don't have a Bronze Star, they don't have a Purple Heart, they did their time. They're like, oh, what did you do? Oh, I was security forces at Al Assad. Oh, I'm sorry, you were at Camp Cupcake where you said, please proceed. Please proceed.
No, Genie, no. No. Are you serious?
That's fantastic.
Genie, I know I'm 90% sure I know the answer. Can you name drop this person? Just last name, especially if it's a common one, like
Smith or Jones.
Yeah, or Anderson or something like that. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
That is.
Well, while we're waiting for her to get to type it in her answer. Number 7. I'm 50-50 on number 7. That's why it's this low on the list. Crossed anchors. Because I get it when the bosun's mates do it.
That's the only time I think it's acceptable, and it has to be.
And I understand when the gunner's mates get the crossed guns. But most of the time when I see it, there's like no detail, and it's very bland and boring.
Oh, she said it's not so common. There's only one in my career field. All right, we'll talk later.
Yeah. We'll change his name for posterity.
He said, no way. Oh, it's this one. Got to have the rank tattoos on the arm so you can still get the pendas in the tank top.
When you're stationed when you're doing a career at 29 Palms.
Yeah.
Yeah, so crossed anchors, man, it's low on the list because it's not as bad if you're in the career field.
But I've seen them like up here.
Yeah.
That's when you want to take a K-bar and just.
Yeah, like I like the subtle ones, but if you get a subtle one, but it's like on the bicep or the rib cage, or it's part of something else, you're like, why? Well, I did line handling for my first 3 years. Well, what was your rate? Well, I was striking. What the fuck? Bro, calm down there. Fucking hey, stifle that erection, my homie.
Jesus.
Yeah. All right, going up to number 6. Skulls and cliche phrases.
Dem bones.
Dem bones. If you ain't ordnance, you ain't shit.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Or if you ain't air, you ain't shit.
Oh my God. You know what I want to do? I want to deep six those motherfuckers, dude. I want to put them on the fucking launch and just fing right off the. Oh God, I hate that.
Or
shit.
anybody who
they do this, then they got it on their shirt.
Yeah.
Their stupid fucking work shirt, and then they're like, "Yeah, this shit."
Yeah, you ain't ordnance, you ain't shit.
I'm gonna kick you right in your back.
Yeah, your raid hasn't been relevant since Korea. Calm down there, guy. Had a new boot get crossed anchors behind her ear. Oh, she a lesbo. That's probably not appropriate given our intro, but
yes. Oh my God, yes. Housing benefit.
Yeah, right. Oh man, it's bad. And then the skull thing, because like a lot of people get the Punisher skull, and like the artist for the Punisher has already said like, don't use my skull. You do not stand for what the Punisher stands for. You have a code, you have rules, you have laws.
Yeah.
And then they go and get the Punisher skull, like eating bullets or whatever.
Meg, you nasty.
She's from Jersey.
Meg, you nasty. No, like
the ones that I hate who get the phrases though the most, supply and logistics and admin types. They get these baller ass phrases, and you're like, "Oh man, what did you do?" Like, "Oh, supply." Like, okay.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, like bullets don't fly unless I ship them or something like that. Oh man, I've seen some bad ones. Moving up to Gavin's, something like Gavin's boot tattoos. So I put boot in parentheses. These are the things that people get when they show up to their duty station for the first time. You know, they get like I've said this before. I don't know if I've said it on here, but I've said it before. Corpsmen and Seabees are the two communities I think whose dicks get hard as soon as you mention them. Doesn't matter what they did. Almost everybody I know in the Seabees has a fucking CB tattoo, and I think the worst ones are the ones that get the Walt Disney CB, and then like they find out later like he didn't even really design it.
It's so
and
bad.
It's just like animated with like a hammer, and there's no cigarette or anything. Or they get like the logo, or they get the one that we spray paint on the side of the Connex boxes. If you
EGA.
yeah, EGA, man. If you get an EGA, yeah, you a boot. Air Force logo on the upper arm, yep.
Then they get kicked out. Yes, that's the best.
Those are the best ones. You show up and you get like your brand new boot tattoo, and then you have to cross rate because you weren't good enough.
My God,
or you get too drunk and you get kicked out. Yeah, boot tattoos coming in at number 5. All right, here at number 4, I know we've all seen this one. Bunch of douchebags.
Had a kid, first ship, nautical stars.
Yeah.
And then the quartermaster logo on his chest, like this.
Hey, tell everybody what a quartermaster does, because even I don't really know.
Oh, hold on. I'm gonna. A quartermaster.
Quartermaster
plots the locations for the ships to navigate through the waters.
So he's that guy in the movies on that little board thing with the straight edge and the lines.
I'm gonna hold on.
I see nautical stars on elbows and knees, and I see them on people's collarbones a couple times. And isn't the nautical star for a certain number of miles?
Yes.
Right? It's like every 5,000 miles or something like that. You're supposed to get a star. And they're like black and red.
So that's...
Is that the Dharma wheel? Oh, that's the quartermaster logo. Same.
This is all they do. Stand watch as assistants to officers of the deck and the navigator. Serve as the helmsman and perform ship's control, navigation, and bridge watch duties. That's literally it.
That's very nice of them, isn't it?
They get to use a sextant.
Oh, I love a good sextant.
Yes.
Yeah, so nautical stars suck. And this one is a little higher up because we've seen them. And stars and sparrows, yeah. We've all seen these ones. Some of them are good. Most of them are cliches.
Yes.
They show up, they get the fucking 7-masted ship. or they get the pinup girl with the scroll, or they get
QMs just break all the navigation shit, then call for help.
Oh, what are some other Sailor Jerry tattoos that people get?
The was it the 40s? The woman in the skimpy sailor outfit with the liquor bottle with like the drunken stars coming out like up top. You know what I mean?
Or they'll get like a hooked knife and a flower, or like a knife through a heart or something. Jerry's Rum is way better. Look, listen, there was a time and place for Sailor Jerry tattoos.
Yeah, like when they were tattooing them on the front of the fucking bombs they were dropping on enemies.
Yeah, if you were
World War II,
if you were older than 55 and have a Sailor Jerry, like you probably had that coming. But like when you walk in nowadays, like, oh man, I've always been a fan of Sailor Jerry.
That's exactly what it is.
Naked chicks with liquor. Yeah. Oh man, I've always been a fan of Sailor Jerry. You're 25. You learned about him 6 months ago. Calm down.
Yeah.
Just calm down. All right, coming in at number 2. I know we all hate this one. I've seen them look like iPhones.
This is my reaction to that.
Yep. I've seen them look like iPhones. I've seen them with their family's information on them. I've seen them coming through the skin. I've seen them tattooed around the neck where they lay. I've seen them on the top of your foot, like it goes in your boot. If we the people in EGA get honorable mention. I love a good EGA, man.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I've never met somebody who I thought was going to eat a bar of soap more in my life than when they have an EGA. Like for breakfast too. You remember? So like what was it like last week? We had the meme with the beer can, the crayon flavored beer.
Yeah,
those are the people that get EGA tattoos.
Oh my God, I can't.
Yeah. All right, and coming in at number 1, I hate them. I don't really know that we do anything anymore to deserve them. I feel like they're fucking terrible. Swallows. Swallows, my number 1 least favorite tattoo you can get.
Yeah, people do that with people do that with dog tags.
Or they do they'll do asterisk and then their last 4. The first tat in the army for many. Yeah, fucking terrible. They're all gung ho about it and whatnot. Like, I'm gonna tattoo my dog tag. Poor idea. No, then I'll always have them on me. Still a poor idea. Swallows, I think, are the worst though, man, because it's a swallow for crossing the equator. I think.
You know what? I can't
remember, but I see them and people tell me like, oh, it's from when I crossed.
It's not specific. It's pretty much. There's 2 meanings behind it. It's pretty much showing their like sailing experience, like different colored swallows meant you.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
different parts of it. Yeah, but also, it also said if a sailor died at sea, the swallows carried him to heaven.
Okay, and see that.
So that's why sailors would get the swallows here, because it would lift them.
And see, if we were doing things that would be something. Like, I get it if it's like traditional, like, hey, like my father had him, my grandfather had him. What'd she say? Put that back up there.
She said, I meant that's what I meant. Swallows, not sparrows. Yeah. She goes, I don't Navy, my bad.
We're not talking, don't worry, we're not talking about African or European swallows, just swallows in general.
Oh my God.
Yeah. If we were doing stuff in the water against our enemies anymore that made this really relevant, because really now at this point, all we're doing is setting our own ships on fire and ramming.
Yeah, so it's like, oh, that country's 1,500 miles that way. We're gonna park here.
Yeah, we're not doing
FC1.
Yeah,
hit the red button.
Yeah, all we're doing now is setting our own ships on fire in port and crashing into cruise liners. Like we're not
or each other.
We're not dying in battle anymore. So like the history I think of that is kind of come and gone. Another honorable mention is a pig and a chicken on your foot.
Yeah.
Because back in the day, it was said that when a ship would go down with stockades, the pig and chicken would be the only 2 things smart enough to find something to float on.
Yep.
But again, we're not doing anything. Although that one actually might be relevant. We are hitting ourselves enough time that maybe
it's like watch it. Have you seen the movie Greyhound yet with Tom Hanks?
Not yet. Please don't ruin it.
No, I haven't either. I've just watched the trailer for it, and I'm just like, where the fuck was that when I joined the Navy? Like,
yeah, seriously, yeah. We're just not doing enough anymore for the swallows and the pig and chicken to really be relevant anymore.
no.
And it'd be different if like your dad had them and your grandfather had them, and now you joined, and it was family tradition kind of thing. But you get these boots, and then they always get them in Sailor Jerry style. And then here we are again, circled right back around.
I just, like me, I have 17 tattoos.
Right.
And what I did was my grandfather did this. Every port he visited, he went and got a tattoo.
Okay.
And it wasn't military related. It was just a tattoo that he wanted. But so in his head, he could look at the tattoo and it's still not military related and go, I got this at this port, or I got this in this country. And I did the same thing. So our
buddy Justin, we'll have to have him send in a picture. He just got his lower leg done.
Yeah.
And it's postcards from all the countries he visited while he was on active duty.
Yes.
Yeah. Quiet you.
Thank you for military medicine and vaccine testing.
Yeah, right. Shut up. Genie, go get another COVID test.
Wow, dude.
She just got her third one and it came back negative. Can you believe that?
I'd be scared.
I don't even know if I'd get the second one. Go back and read the results on the first one.
So how's the weather there, Hugh?
It's fantastic, dude. I'm seriously, I can't give them. Went for a run this morning. It was like 53.
I hate you so much.
She can't cry. She's dehydrated. So I was thinking about this earlier today. So I went to the exchange after I checked in before I went on lockdown.
Yeah.
To get a couple things. And I forgot to put my mask on when I walked in the building.
Idiot.
And I know. Well, you know what? I'll be damned if some dependa wasn't standing right there to fucking tell me that I was an idiot.
Really?
Oh, yes. I walk in and she's like, you need to put your mask on. I've said it before and I'll say it again.
That's when you look at her and go, where were the treadmills at?
Yeah, seriously. I'm like, we need a new plague and a newer plague because this one hasn't even given me $1 million yet. And I was like, you're right. Like, I get it. But like, you didn't have to be a dick about it and shout at me.
Yeah, you didn't have to let everyone know.
Yeah, so my PSA for this week is this.
It's just going to be great.
Just because you have your opinion, which you're entitled to, because I've said it on here before, I'm not overtly concerned about the virus. I'm not saying it isn't worth worrying about, but I don't think it is worth the concern based on the numbers. Nobody has your point of view. And as veterans, we get really wrapped up in our own head that our point of view is the only point of view, and it's the only educated point of view, and it's the only point of view based on experience. So when you're having conversations with people, you need to keep in mind that they might not share your views and opinions, and that's okay. It's not worth you getting worked up about it, because between you and them, you're the only one with antidepressants, blood pressure medication, and fucking anger control management courses set up through the government. So you're not the one who really needs to get worked up about it. And at the end of the day, you're probably more capable of letting that shit go than they are. Because remember, when you were brand new in the military, you used to let a twice divorced alimony paying E5 yell at you to do wind sprints, and you just did it.
Oh my God, dude.
Like you weren't already in great
Did you see that? Did you see that shit online?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really let an old man put his finger in my ass so I could join the military.
I really let two 35-year-old assholes come in my room to check it for dust.
Yeah. As they put the stress test on the uniforms and crumbs fell out of their blouse. So
that kid went off.
I also got into another discussion in one of these other Facebook pages. This guy said they're getting rid of the profile photo requirement when you're submitting a packet to get promoted above a certain level.
Okay.
And they're also considering getting rid of gender and race blocks on the form. And the comment was like, yeah, none of those are important anyways. My argument was, I agree gender and race are not important. But I think your physical appearance, yeah. I think your physical appearance in uniform should have some level of representation as whether or not you get promoted. Now, I'm not. Absolutely. Now, what this guy heard was, regardless of your education, qualifications, or experience, I think you looking like you're in shape is more important. But what I said was, I don't think gender and your race are important. But of the three, I do think it's important you don't look like you're muffin topping over your belt and putting the stress test on your uniform. To which his very angry reply was, a fucking weight belt and a larger uniform will fix that. So I said, well, look, man, I agree with you. You're not wrong. But the discussion was, should you at least present a clean and professional military appearance when you get promoted? I say yes. I'm not saying
absolutely.
I'm not saying it's at the top of the list. I'm not even saying it should be one of the requirements. I'm just saying when I look at that photo and I read your list of requirements and I see your fit reps, your physical report, your fitness reports, and your PRT scores, that your physical appearance should be representative of somebody who looks like, in the span of time that they have been in the military, did not become a huge bag of smashed assholes. So while he kept getting angry,
welcome to the Liberty Risk podcast.
I just plugged my headphones in and continued to watch John Wick 3.
How was that?
It's phenomenal. If you haven't seen it, honestly,
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, he said he'll keep making them as long as people want to keep seeing them. And
you see the training he goes through?
Yeah, at like 45 years old, he's killing it on those military weapons courses, man.
Fucking just total going off, bro. Going off.
Yeah. So the PSA this week is, keep in mind that your point of view is not going to be the same as everybody else's, and it's not worth you getting.
And that's okay. It's cool.
You get worked up about it. Don't worry about it.
No. So, dude, we were talking in the green room earlier. I had that. Unfortunately, a lot of us veterans go through depression for one reason or another. Well, not just veterans, but just people in general that get depression. Unfortunately, I was one of them. It sucks because then usually followed with it is anxiety, and then your mind just doesn't shut off. You have, I have bouts of I can't get out of bed. I just want to sleep all the time, to I can't close my eyes, or I'm waking up every 20 minutes because my brain doesn't shut down.
Dude, I think hold on. Before you tell the end of your story, I think the worst part of that is when you have that one day where you're good and it's like a false sense of security.
Yes. But also no, because if you start to recognize those days, you start to appreciate them. And I had one of those.
Oh, you did? You finally broke your spell?
Oh, dude, it was just like I had that moment of, it was almost like I felt like this huge just weight was lifted, just like I got a lot of shit going on. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah.
And I'm not taking away from anybody else. Everyone's got a lot of shit going on.
Well, we've said it before. Everybody hurts and suffers differently, and it doesn't belittle or demean what you're going through as an individual. That's
right. And someone very close to me told me the best thing, to try to get the mentality is don't stay.
Thanks, buddy.
Shut the fuck up. I said someone close to me. Anyway, you're
am I not close anymore because I'm on the West Coast, Best Coast?
Yeah, with the background right now, it looks like a fucking stupid fucking CGI green screen. You're dead to me.
I'll go into the room. I'll go into the room Thursday. We can look at hotel art.
I hate you so much. Quarantine, dickhead.
Yeah,
but so anyways, it was don't stay stuck in these moments. Try to move. This person told me, don't stay stuck in these moments. Do your best to move past them. Don't let them consume you. So I've really been trying to let my mind think that way. It's not as easy as people think.
No,
you get stuck in these routines.
Yeah.
Whether it's what your physical routine of what you do every day, or your mental routine of where you're constantly psyching yourself out.
And even if you hate your routine, just going through the routine feels like an accomplishment. Will eventually feel like an accomplishment, even if you hate the routine.
Oh yeah, I remember when I was really bad. Like when my depression was really, really bad, to the point where getting up and, as crazy as it sounds, showering was a huge achievement.
Sure.
Because I would stay stuck on that couch for days.
Yeah.
And then just watch everything on Netflix. So no, I had one of those moments this weekend. It was a moment of clarity. And even though I was told that I have a good game plan set up for things in the, coming up here soon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm stressed, but it's manageable now. You know what I mean?
Good deal.
So I think if everyone, try to for those people that are going through it, I think just trying to get out of your own head, maybe sit back, take a couple of deep breaths, and just say, everything's going to be all right. Just try to do that mantra. That's kind of helped me too. Everything's going to be good. We're going to get through it.
I've also noticed, when we go through counseling and therapy and our post-deployment courses, they're always like, you need do the things that used to bring you happiness. And sometimes, we do them and they don't work. I have found that sometimes doing things you used to hate, like I used to hate cleaning my house, and now, that I got the problems and whatnot, I cannot help but just organize the things on my shelf and vacuum.
So OCD, by the way. I know. So OCD.
Well, because Guinness has light hair, all of my rugs are darker colored. So when I'm like really down, I just vacuum the rugs, and it does. I'm not saying it gets rid of it by any means, but it helps me feel just a little bit better.
Micro achievements. Yeah, that's what I think. Stop looking at this big bit. I'm not saying don't plan for big things, but micro achievements help also. I think it gets you out of that funk, and I think I've been hitting those lately, in the sense that that's the way I've been telling myself to do. And I think that's what I had, that kind of just that aha moment, as I like to call it, like shit's going to be okay. Yeah. I'm still stressed as fuck.
Yeah, but it'll be all right.
Be all right. So Hugh, you're in quarantine till when?
The 3rd of August. So we got 3 more episodes like this.
Fucking shit, dude. Yeah, do we have Thursday? I don't even know. Do we have anyone? Do we have any special
no, I don't. I don't think we lined anybody up for the next couple weeks. I've been wrapping up work, trying to prepare for this, trying to get my orders together.
Yeah.
And then I have the week after I start school, I have my finals for college. And you have been working 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, and doing your other extracurriculars, hooking. So, we've been kind of slacking on finding guests. That's all right. So, now maybe somebody pops up. But, now I'm out here on the West Coast. There are what I'm hoping will be new opportunities to connect with veterans organizations out here, especially
there you go.
So being here in Port Hueneme, this is one of 3 major CB installations. So I'm hoping to link up with some organizations here and in the area, and maybe something will work itself out.
Yeah, we'll have something lined up for you crazy bastards that watch us, which we truly appreciate.
If nothing else, I will have some dope ass games.
Yeah, I'm telling you, dude, right now I'm looking at the fucking background, dude. I can't stop. Like, I don't even want to look at the computer screen.
Dude, the sailboat made me smile.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, it looks fake. The shit looks fake. Like I'm like, fuck this. He's in his house in Virginia, and he's got a green screen. And look at this. I got purple light behind me. What the fuck? Like,
don't worry, man. Purple's hetero now.
I can't, dude. All right, everyone. Well, we appreciate you guys watching as usual.
Absolutely.
Again, check out On the DL podcast. Also, right there at the bottom ticker, on the bottom of the page. Go ahead, hit up all 3, like, follow, share. Yeah. Please, we would appreciate it. We would really, really appreciate it.
But I want to say something. I made a comment to somebody that I didn't really realize was, wow, we love you too, sweetie. We hope you feel better.
Yes, absolutely.
I didn't really realize the effect that this thing was going to have, but people, when I tell people about our show and they're like, where can we watch it? I tell them, well, you can watch us on Facebook. We go live and then they post. I don't realize that the power that, am I allowed to say that, the YT?
Just say YT. Just think of social media outlet that begins with YT. That could be on the bottom of the ticker now, and you know what we're talking about.
All of our videos post there, and they're easier to find than they are on our Facebook, because you just type in Liberty Risk Podcast, click videos, and there they all are.
Yeah.
So when you tell people about us, if they're like, oh, where can I watch? And Facebook is kind of hard to navigate, because I know I hate when I go to pages and I try to scroll and it like keeps loading and loading and loading. So
it's a pain in the ass. Yeah.
YouTube, YT is another good place to tell people to watch the show. And I'm not going to apologize for anything, because I haven't for 32 years. I'm not going to start now.
Yeah, fuck you and your awesome weather.
I'm gonna go for a swim. I might even see if the dog wants to get on a boat. That boat.
That boat. No balls.
Got me with a good time.
Don't hold my beer.
All right, Billy. All right,
you.
Hey, buddy.
Yep, Thursday, 8:30 East Coast time, 5:30
5:30 West Coast
with
time.
you. We love you guys. Thank you so much for watching.
Bye, guys. Let me go for a run here in a minute.
Fuck California and its beautiful weather, you son of a
I
bitch.
have so much energy. I might go for another run.